Hello children, how are you all? I hope that you all are fine. In the previous class, social science, we have seen Unit 2, the world between two world wars. இரண்டு உலகப் போர்களுக்கும் இடையில் என்ன நடந்துச்சு, அதாவது முதல் உலகப் போருக்கு பின்னால் என்ன நடந்துச்சு. After the first world war, there were many changes in the countries what are the countries were participated in the world war. Those countries got some depression. So the same lesson we have seen about the Mussolini, who was the dictator in Italy, and we have seen about the Hitler, who was the dictator in Germany. The world between two world wars. So today we are going to see about the anti-colonial movements and decolonization process in Asia. Page number 19. Open your book. Open your social book. Page number 19. The second column, anti-colonial movement and decolonization process in Asia. So, in Germany, fascism came. In Italy, Nazism came. Yes or no? So, in Europe, what happened? In Germany, what happened? In Italy, what happened? We have seen. So today we are going to see in Indochina what happened and what are the parties were formed. We are going to see. Before seeing White Terror, you have to know about the rise of anti-colonialism in French Indochina. Book page number 19. Indochina. That means the area, the Cambodia, Laos and Vietnam, these three areas together called as Indochina. This area was occupied by the French people in 1887. That day itself, the Indo-Chinese, they treated the French people as enemies. So when the Indochina was occupied by the French people, the Indo-Chinese, they learned some French language, culture. At the same time, they learned some ideas from the French people. During the First World War, 1 lakh Indo-Chinese fought in France and returned with first-hand knowledge of how the French had fought and suffered during the war. First World War oda 1 lakh soldiers, Indochina people, France oda fight பண்ணாங்க. அப்போ அவங்க ஃபைட் பண்ணிட்டு ரிட்டர்ன் வரப்போ அதுக்கு முன்னாடி அவங்க ஃப்ரெஞ்ச் பீப்புள் வந்து எப்படி வந்து ஃபைட் பண்ணுறாங்க, எப்படி என்னெல்லாம் பண்ணுறாங்கங்கிறத வந்து ஃப்ரான்ஸ்கிட்டேருந்து லேர்ன் பண்ணிட்டு வந்தாங்க. சில கம்யூனிஸ்ட் ஐடியாவையும் அவங்கக்கிட்ட இருந்து என்ன பண்ணாங்க, லேர்ன் பண்ணிட்டு வந்தாங்க. Then White Terror. The mainstream political party in Indochina was the Vietnam Nationalist Party, formed in 1927. So in Indochina there was a famous political party, that is Vietnam Nationalist Party. It was formed in 1987. It is made for only the middle class people. For their wealthy it was made in 1927. In our Tamil Nadu also some of the political parties are there. Is no, like ADMK, DMK and many political parties are there. So in Indochina there were a famous main political party, that is Vietnam Nationalist Party. It was formed in 1927. When the year comes, you have to write down in the note. And in 1929, the Vietnamese soldiers mutinied. And there was a failed attempt to assassinate the French Governor General. This was followed by a large-scale peasant revolt led by the communists. The revolt was crushed, followed by what is called White Terror. Thousands of rebels were killed. So, in 1929, after 2 years of Vietnam Nationalist Party formed, the Vietnamese soldiers, they were fought and they tried to assassinate the French Governor General, but it was failure. Then some of the peasants, they made the revolt led by the communists, and this revolt was very terribly crushed. So, it was called White Terror because thousands of rebels were killed. More than thousands of rebels were killed. ஆயிரக்கணக்கான புரட்சியாளர்கள் கொல்லப்பட்டனர். Then about Viet Minh, that is one of the league. After the White Terror, Ho Chi Minh left for Moscow and spent the 1930s in Moscow and China. When France was defeated by Germany in 1940, Ho Chi Minh and his lieutenants used this chain of events to advance the Vietnamese cause. Crossing over the border into Vietnam in January 1941, they organized the League for the Independence of Vietnam, or Viet Minh. This gave renewed embassies to a distinct Vietnamese nationalism. The Ho Chi Minh, he was there in the Indochina. After the White Terror incident, when it was happened, after that Ho Chi Minh went to Moscow and he spent from 1930 in Moscow and China. And in 1940, the France was defeated by Germany. So when it was heard by the Ho Chi Minh, he returned to the Indochina. And he gathered some lieutenants and he crossing over the border into Vietnam in January 1941. And they organized the league. That league is the League for the Independence of Vietnam, also called as Viet Minh. So this League for the Independence of Vietnam, which is called Viet Minh, was organized by the Ho Chi Minh in January 1941 because for get the independence for the Vietnam from the France. Colonization in India. So at the same time, after the World War, India also wanted to get the freedom from the British people. So they also followed some movements to get the decolonization. காலனி ஆதிக்கத்திலிருந்து விடுபடுவதற்காக இந்தியா நிறைய முயற்சிகளை மேற்கொண்டது. என்னென்ன முயற்சிகள்லாம் எப்பப்போ மேற்கொண்டாங்க அப்படிங்கிறத பார்க்க போகிறோம். The decolonization process started in India from the beginning of the 20th century. The first movement is Swadeshi movement in 1905. That is the first movement for the decolonization movement. And the next one is 1919, the Government of India Act introduced diarchy. And the Indian National Congress rejected diarchy and decided to boycott the legislature. சட்டத்தை என்ன செஞ்சாங்க? மறுத்தாங்க. Boycott means மறுத்தாங்க. So when they start decolonization in India, the first movement is Swadeshi movement, which was made in 1905. And 1919, the Government of India Act introduced DAC. Then the Indian National Congress, they rejected the DAC and decided the boycott of legislature. What is decolonization? Decolonization is a process through which colonial powers transferred institutional and legal control over their colonies to the indigenous nationalist governments. Impact of depression on Indian agriculture. So after the World War I, in the colonization is there in the India, because India was colonized by the British people. So in that time, the Great Depression was happened in the Indian agriculture because the peasants, they have to pay the rent for their land. But what are they earn from the piece of the land? They have to pay more than that. They have to pay doubled. அவங்க என்ன கிடைக்குதோ அதிலிருந்து டபுளாக என்ன செய்ய வேண்டியது இருந்துச்சு, பே பண்ணி அவங்க ரெண்ட் வந்து கொடுக்க வேண்டியதாக இருந்துச்சு. அதனால் பிசன்ஸ்லாம் எப்படி இருந்தாங்க, ரொம்ப டிப்ரெஸ் ஆகிருந்தாங்க. லேக் ஆஃப் மெஷர்ஸ் டு இண்டஸ்ட்ரியலைஸ் இந்தியா. 1930, Indian National Congress as a militant mass movement. So in 1930, what happened? Indian National Congress, it became a mass movement, militant mass movement. And Government of India Act, then 1935, already 1919 we have seen in Government of India Act, and again Government of India Act 1930 provided for great power to the local governments and the introduction of direct election. Direct election 1935 Government of India Act என்ன பண்ணாங்க, இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணாங்க. லோக்கல் கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு அதிகமான பவரை கொடுத்தாங்க. 1935 elections, the Congress won a resounding victory in most of the provinces. In 1937 election was held, and in that time the Congress, they won the resounding victory in the most of the provinces. They got more votes and they got the victory. Next we are going to see Boer Wars. Boer means the South Africa people, the Dutch settlers of South Africa. Dutch people சவுத் ஆஃப்ரிக்காவில் செட்டில் ஆகிருந்தாங்க. அவங்கள வந்து ஆஃப்ரிக்கனர்ஸ் அப்படின்னு அழைச்சாங்க. அவங்கள தான் போயர்ஸ்ன்னு சொல்லுது. அவங்களுடைய லாங்குவேஜ் வந்து ஆஃப்ரிக்கான்ஸ். ஓகே, who were called as Boers? Afrikaners. The Dutch settlers of South Africa were called as Boers. Their language is Afrikaans. The relations between the two British colonies of Natal and Cape Colony and two independent Boer states of the Transvaal and the Orange Free State had long been unfriendly. British colony, Natal and Cape Colony, and Boer states, Transvaal and Orange Free State. These two parts were the unfriendly. They treated as enemies each other. Then the discovery of gold in Transvaal in 1886. In 1886, the gold was discovered in Transvaal. So the British people, they wanted to settle in Transvaal to get the gold. The Boers, they hated the people whom they referred to as Uitlanders. Uitlanders means foreigners. The Boers, they treated the British people as Uitlanders, foreigners, but they hated. So that the Boers taxed them heavily apart from denying political rights. So the question was whether the British or the Boers were to be supreme in the South Africa. Fearing attacks from the British, the Boers armed themselves and decided to attack. போயர்ஸ் வந்து பிரிட்டிஷ் பீப்புளை வெறுத்தாங்க. அதனால் அவங்களுக்கு அதிகமான வரிகளை சுமத்தி அவங்கள வந்து என்ன செஞ்சாங்க, வெளியில் அனுப்பணும் அப்படின்னு டிசைட் பண்ணாங்க. அந்த ஆஃப்ரிக்காவில் வந்து போயர்ஸ் பெரியவங்களா பிரிட்டிஷ் பெரியவங்களா அப்படிங்கிற கொஸ்டின் வந்து இருந்துச்சு. பிரிட்டிஷ்லேருந்து அட்டாக் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி நம்ம ஏதாவது பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக போயர்ஸ் வந்து பிரிட்டிஷ் பீப்புளை அட்டாக் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு நினச்சாங்க. அதனால் ஒரு வார் ஏற்பட்டது, போர். The Boer War lasted for 3 years from 1899 to 1902. 3 years Boer War happened. Okay. Initially the Boers were successful. In the beginning of the time the Boers were successful, but the first half of 19 the Boer army was defeated. Pretoria was occupied. Then the Boers took the guerrilla fighting. This continued for about 2 years. In retaliation, the British destroyed farms and crops. They set up internment camps for Boer women and children. Shortage of food, medical and sanitary facilities caused the death of 26,000 people. இந்த போயர் வார் எப்போ தொடங்குச்சோ அப்போது ஸ்டார்டிங்கில் போயர்ஸ் வந்து வின் பண்ண மாதிரியே இருந்துச்சு. ஆனால் ஃபஸ்ட் ஆஃப் 1 இயர்லேயே போயர் ஆர்மி தோற்கடிக்கப்பட்டது. பிரிட்டோரியா வந்து பிரிட்டிஷ் பீப்புளால் ஆக்குபை பண்ணப்பட்டது. அதனால் போயர்ஸ் என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னா, கொரில்லா ஃபைட்டிங், யூனோ அபவுட் த கொரில்லா, எஸ்ஆன கொரில்லா ஃபைட்டிங், மறைந்திருந்து தாக்குதல், அதை வந்து ஃபாலோ பண்ணாங்க. அந்த டைமில் பிரிட்டிஷ் பீப்புள் வந்து போயர்ஸோட கிராப்ஸ், பயிர்களை எல்லாம் செஞ்சாங்க, வயல்களெல்லாம் அழிச்சாங்க. அவங்களுடைய குழந்தைகளை, அவங்களுடைய பெண்களை வந்து அவங்க வந்து அடிமைப்படுத்தி வச்சுருந்தாங்க. அவங்களுக்கு எதுவுமே உணவு கொடுக்காம, எந்த மருத்துவ வசதிகளுமே செய்யாமல். அதனால் 26,000 people, 26,000 people were died. Then the British annexed 2 Boer states. Boers were however promised self-government in due course. 1907 full responsible government was given to the Transvaal and Orange Free State. இந்த 2 ஸ்டேட், டிரான்ஸ்வாலும் ஆரஞ்ச் ஃப்ரீ ஸ்டேட்டும் யாரோட கண்ட்ரோலில் வந்துட்டு, பிரிட்டிஷ் கண்ட்ரோலில் வந்துச்சு. That is about the Boer Wars. Then the anti-colonial movements in Africa. Colonization of Africa. So in that only Boer Wars also happened. In Africa what happened, the African coastline had been explored in the 16th century and a few European settlements had come about. But the interior of Africa was unknown to the outside world until the last quarter of 19th century. European colonization began after about 1875. The Berlin Colonial Conference 1884 to 85 resolved that Africa should be divided into spheres of influence of various colonial powers. The war between the British and Boers in South Africa, however, was in defiance of this resolution. These all are the movements in the Africa. So these all were happened in the Boer Wars. Already I told. Then the nationalist politics in South Africa. There were 2 main political parties. The Unionist Party, which was mainly British, and the South Africa Party, which had largely Afrikaners. Afrikaners means, already I have told you, Boers were called as Afrikaners. The first Prime Minister Botha belonged to the South Africa Party, ruled in cooperation with the British. There were 2 main political parties, the Unionist Party, that is the main for the British people, and South Africa Party in Afrikaners. So the 2 political parties were there. And the Botha, he was the South Africa Party head. Okay, he was the Prime Minister. But a militant section of the South Africa Party formed the National Party under Hertzog. In the 1920 elections, the National Party gained 44 seats. The South Africa Party, now led by Smuts, secured 41 seats. At this juncture, the British-dominated Unionist Party merged with the South Africa Party. This gave Smuts a majority over the militant Afrikaner-controlled National Party. So, the National Party gained 44 seats. So, it was controlled by the Smut. The picture is given in the book, page number 21, Smuts. The racist policy against the blacks. The Afrikaners pursued a harsher racist policy towards the blacks and the minority Indians. In 1923, an act was passed to confine the native residents to certain parts of town. Already an act of 1913 had segregated black and white farmers, which made it impossible for the blacks to acquire land in most parts of the country. The 1924 elections were won by the National Party with the support of the labor movement composed mainly of white miners. So, in 1924 election was happened. In that time National Party won by the help of the labor movement. In 1924 elections were won by the National Party with the support of the labor movement composed mainly of two white miners. The act passed in 1924 prevented blacks from striking work and from joining trade unions. In the Cape Province, the voting right to blacks was abolished. Native blacks suffered in all spheres, social, economic and politics. These all are the policy against the blacks. Then political developments in South America. First, Mayas and Aztecs. In the book, page number 22. Before the European discovery of America, 3 centers of civilization existed there in Mexico in Central America and in Peru in South America. The Maya and Inca and the Aztec civilization were highly advanced. Nagarigangal, Maya, Inca, Aztec, these 3 are types of civilization, Nagarigangal. Adha mukkiyathuvam kodutanga. So, in America, most of the area, the people, they followed these types of civilization. Around the 11th century, large cities formed into a league of Mayapan. For over 100 years, the league of Mayapan lasted, though Mayapan was destroyed towards the close of 12th century. Other cities continued. Aztecs from Mexico conquered the Maya country in the 14th century and founded their capital city of Tenochtitlan. For nearly 200 years, the Aztecs ruled their empire. So, Mayas were there and Aztecs were there. Finally, the Aztecs only, they ruled the empire. Then European colonization and its impact. In the 16th century, when the Aztecs were at the height of their power, the whole empire collapsed before a handful of adventures led by a Spaniard named Hernán Cortés. This is one of the world's worst genocides. The other famous conquistador who is called the Conqueror, was also a Spaniard by name Francisco Pizarro. By the late 18th century, demand for political freedom, administrative autonomy and economic self-determination was articulated throughout Latin America. So, in European colonization and impact. Then impact of Napoleonic invasion of Spain and Portugal. In book page number 23, the pictures are given, Simon Bolivar and the Bertrand one. The American and French revolutions provided inspiration to the Latin Americans. The Napoleonic invasion of Spain and Portugal in 1818. When the invasion was happened, Napoleonic invasion, 1808, Spain and Portugal quickened the process of liberation struggle in South America. Already the spirit of independence was growing under the leadership of Simon Bolivar called a liberator. The liberator. In the case of Brazil, the Portuguese royal family in the context of conquest of Portugal by Napoleon and they assisted the transition of Brazil from colonial to independent nation. Then the Monroe Doctrine. This is one of the important question. The fight for independence intensified when Napoleon fell in 1815, but Monroe, the president of the USA, came up with his famous Monroe Doctrine, which declared that if Europeans interfered anywhere in America, north or south, it would amount to waging a war against the United States. This threat frightened the European powers. By 1830, the whole of South America was free from European domination. Thus, the US protected the South American republics from Europe, but there was no one to protect them from the protector, the United States. மன்ரோ அப்படிங்கிறவர் வந்து யூஎஸ்ஏயோட பிரசிடெண்ட். அவர் வந்து அமெரிக்காவை வந்து யூரோப்பியன்ஸ்டருந்து பாதுகாக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக அவர் வந்து மன்ரோ டாக்ட்ரைன் அப்படிங்கிறத வந்து டிக்ளேர் பண்ணார். அது என்னென்னா, அமெரிக்காவோட வடக்கு பகுதியோ நார்த் சைடோ சவுத் சைடோ யூரோப்பியன்ஸ் வந்து ஏதாவது பிரச்சனை பண்ணுனா அது வந்து அமெரிக்காவோட யுனைடெட் ஸ்டேட்ஸுக்கு ஒட்டுமொத்த அமெரிக்காவுக்கு எதிராக போர் தொடுக்கிறதா அது அர்த்தம் அப்படிங்கிறத வந்து மன்ரோ டாக்ட்ரைன் மூலமாக அவர் வந்து டிக்ளேர் பண்ணார். இதனால் யூரோப்பியன் பவர்ஸ்லாம் ரொம்ப பயந்தாங்க. அதனால் 1830 இந்த அமெரிக்கா வந்து யூரோப்பியன் டாமினேஷன்லேருந்து ஃபுல்லாக கண்ட்ரோலாக ரிலீஃப் ஆகிட்டு இதன் மூலமாக யூஎஸ்ஏ வந்து ப்ரொடக்ட் ஆச்சு. ஆனால் அதுக்கப்புறம் யூரோப்பை வந்து யுனைடெட் ஸ்டேட்ஸ்லேருந்து அவங்களால என்ன செய்ய முடியலை, பாதுகாக்க முடியலை. தட் இஸ் மன்ரோ டாக்ட்ரைன். Then what happened? Disunity among Latin American nationalists. Latin American nationalists fought not only Spain and Portugal, but also each other. Latin America வந்து ஸ்பெயின்லையும் போர்ச்சுகலில் மட்டும் ஃபைட் பண்ணலை, அவங்களுக்குள்ளேயே என்ன செஞ்சாங்க, ஃபைட் பண்ணாங்க. புக் பேஜ் நம்பர் 23. In 1821, Central America seceded from Mexico. Later, 1939, Central America itself split into 5 republics. அது என்னதாச்சு, 5 ரிப்பப்ளிக்ஸாக ஸ்ப்ளிட் ஆச்சு. கோஸ்டாரிக்கா, எல் சால்வடோர், Guatemala, Honduras and Nicaragua. Uruguay split from Brazil in 1828. In 1830, Venezuela and Ecuador seceded from Gran Colombia, the republic created by Bolivar. ஒரு ஒற்றுமையே இல்லாமல் எல்லோரும் என்ன செஞ்சாங்க, எல்லாருமே பிரிஞ்சு போனாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் யூஎஸ் இம்பீரியல் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட். அட் த டான் ஆஃப் த 20th century, the United States had occupied Cuba and Puerto Rico after defeating the Spanish in 1898. From 1898 to 1902, Cuba was under US military rule. Then Great Depression in South America. The situation created by the Great Depression made it impossible for oligarchic regimes to accommodate the rising expectation of several assertive groups. In Mexico, there was violent social protest involving dissatisfied segments of the oligarchy, middle class, intellectuals, and peasant communities. Elsewhere, electoral reform enabled newer social groups to obtain political power through the ballot box. So, after the World War, in America, in Germany, in Europe, in Italy, that Great Depression was happening. Even South America, this America did not participate in the World War I, but this also got many effect. As I know, the Great Depression was happened in the South America. So Latin America protested American intervention and disliked their dollar imperialism. What is dollar imperialism? We are going to see. Dollar imperialism. Dollar imperialism, the term used to describe the policy of the USA in maintaining and dominating over distant lands through economic aid. This is called dollar imperialism, but it was hated by the Latin America people. Okay, so in this lesson we have seen about the Hitler, Mussolini, and what happened in Italy, Germany, and the anti-colonial movement in India, Indochina, America. After the World War I, what are the incidents happened in those countries? What are given? We have seen. Yes or no? So you have to find the book back one words. That is your homework. With that, you have to write the answers for the given questions. Book back questions. I believe that you all people got the guides. You have to write the answers. Study and write. Okay, don't copy and write. There is no use if you copy and write. Study and write so that you can finish at least 6 questions today itself. Okay. So complete very well. Study very well. Okay. Prepare. Every day you have to study. Study for you, don't study for us. Okay. உனக்காக படிக்கணும். If you need marks, you have to study. Don't waste your time. Every day at least you have to finish some portion in every subject. Got it? So what are the questions are given? What do you know of the White Terror in Indochina? Discuss the importance of Ottawa Economic Summit. What was the result of Mussolini's march on Rome? Point out the essence of the Berlin Colonial Conference. How did Great Depression impact on the Indian agriculture? Define dollar imperialism. These all are the questions are there in the book bag. You have to write the answers in the homework note. At the same time, you have to write the short answers in the classwork note also. Study and write. Don't copy and write. Already I have told you, whenever you write, you have to use only the ink pen. You should not use refill pen. School will open at any time. When I see your note, if there is any letters by using the refill pen, your note will be torn. Okay? You have to write the next time also. So be careful. Don't use pelican or whitener and don't use black pen for any reason. Okay? You have to use only ink pen and the pencil for underlining. Got it? Write neatly. Some of your handwriting very, very, very worst when I see your homework. Really? So you will not get the full mark for the homework. So be careful. Write the homework very neatly, classwork, and finish the assignment the day itself. Okay, submit it the day which date is given. The same date you have to submit the assignment works. Okay, so every day study, prepare very well. Got it? So that it will be easy to you. So if you keep together, you cannot study. Many are there, you know that. So in social science, there are 27 lessons. Already we have completed. How many lessons? This is the 8th lesson or 9th lesson. Yes, 9th lesson you have to finish. Got it? Every day some portions you have to finish. Got it? Prepare very well. We will see the next class, the next lesson. Okay?